All right, let's dive in. We're going to start with a feeling that's probably familiar to a lot of you, that weird, numb, tingling hand that wakes you up, and we're going to end up in the world of revolutionary molecular tech that could totally change how we heal.
So, has this ever happened to you? You wake up, your hand feels like it's full of static, just buzzing with pins and needles, and you have to shake it out to feel normal again. It is super common, and for many people, it's the very first sign of something called carpal tunnel syndrome.
And it doesn't just hit you all at once. It usually creeps up on you. A lot of us sleep with our wrists all bent up, which is why that classic pins and needles feeling loves to show up in the middle of the night. Then, as things get worse, you might notice your grip isn't what it used to be. Maybe holding your phone feels a little tougher, or you find yourself dropping your keys.
So to really get why this is happening, we've got to take a look inside the wrist. The problem actually isn't in your fingers. No, it's all happening inside this one very specific, and let me tell you, very crowded little spot. Say hello to the carpal tunnel. And yeah, it really is a tunnel that runs right through your wrist. You've got these small wrist bones forming the floor and walls, and then this super tough, strong band of tissue called a ligament acting as the roof. The key thing to remember here is that this is a rigid, bony space. There is just no room to stretch.
And oh boy, is it crowded. Squeezed into this tunnel, which is only about an inch wide, are 9 different tendons. Yep, the ones you use to make a fist. And right alongside them is the star of our show, the median nerve. This nerve is absolutely crucial. It's what gives you feeling in your thumb, your index, and middle fingers, and it controls the muscles that let you pinch and grip.
So you can see where this is going. When anything, and I mean anything, causes the tissues in that tunnel to swell up, the space inside shrinks, but the tunnel itself can't expand, right? So all that pressure has to go somewhere, and it ends up squeezing the softest thing in there, which is the median nerve. That pinch is what causes all the trouble, the pain, the numbness, the whole shebang.
Okay, so how do we fix that pinch? For a long time now, medicine has had 2 main ways of fighting back, and they range from the really simple to the pretty darn invasive. On the one hand, you've got non-surgical stuff. This is all about reducing that inflammation. Think night splints to keep your wrist straight, or steroid shots to calm things down. And they can work for a while, but often it's just a temporary fix. For a permanent solution, you're looking at surgery. A surgeon goes in and literally cuts that ligament that forms the roof of the tunnel. It works by creating more space, but, it's surgery. It means recovery time.
And this whole situation brings up a much bigger question in medicine. Splints and scalpels, they get the job done, but they're kind of blunt instruments, aren't they? What if we could be way, way more precise? I mean, what if instead of physically cutting things open to make more room, we could send in a tiny, microscopic messenger that goes right to the source of the swelling and just tells it to stop? Well, this is where things get really exciting and a little bit sci-fi.
And that future, it is absolutely molecular. So let me introduce you to this incredible piece of biotechnology called an aptamer.
Okay, so what is an aptamer? At its core, it's just a short little piece of DNA or RNA. But here's the magic. Its power isn't in the genetic code it carries, it's in the amazing 3D shape it folds itself into. Each one creates a unique structure that is perfectly designed to lock on to one and only one specific target molecule. The best way to think about it is like a molecular key, custom-made for a single specific lock.
Now, you might be thinking, hey, that sounds a lot like the antibodies our immune system makes. And you're not wrong, but aptamers have some massive advantages. For starters, they're way smaller, and they're made chemically in a lab, which makes them cheaper and way easier to produce in huge quantities. But here's the real kicker. They generally don't provoke your immune system, which is a huge deal. They're just more stable, more versatile, and easier to work with. So how on earth do you find the one perfect key for your specific molecular lock? The process is brilliant, and it's called Celex. You basically start with a massive library of literally trillions of different random keys. Then you mix them all up with your target, your lock. Think of a protein that's causing inflammation. You then just wash away all the keys that didn't stick. The few that did, you make millions of copies of them. And then you do it all over again. Each time you get closer and closer until you're left with the one perfect key that binds tighter than any other. So, what does this incredible, microscopic, key-making technology have to do with our aching wrists? Well, this is where it all comes together. Aptamers are kicking off a completely new era of targeted therapy, especially in the world of orthopedics.
The potential here is just staggering.
Seriously, scientists are looking at using aptamers for all kinds of orthopedic issues. Just imagine using them to call your body's own stem cells over to an injury, to speed up healing, or to turn down the inflammation in an arthritic joint, or even to deliver powerful drugs with such pinpoint accuracy that they only hit the diseased cells, leaving healthy ones totally alone.
And because aptamers are so easy to tweak and modify, you can start combining them. As this research points out, you could create one single material that's loaded up with several different aptamers and drugs. This could mean a single injection that could, all at the same time, fight inflammation, call in stem cells, and deliver medicine to promote healing. All at once. That is a total game changer.
So we've gone from a blunt instrument like a scalpel, all the way to a molecular key that can unlock our body's own powerful healing abilities. It's a massive leap forward, and it really leaves you with this one huge, exciting question. If we can now target the very building blocks of a disease with this kind of precision, what can't we heal next?